And here we go. Wepa. Hola, mi gente. This is Parada's Take, episode 3, conspiracy theories and those big questions. So let's get straight into it. Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in Illuminati, Sasquatch, government hacking your phones? Do you believe there's something bigger behind the scenes? Well, do you? I mean, in my position, especially in this podcast, I'm not trying to say if it's real or fake. I'm not trying to say that they're all stupid. I'm not trying to convince you any other ways. I'm just trying to just ask a really different question. Like, why do we even have these questions in our minds to begin with? What makes us so curious? What makes us so get in this go through this rabbit hole and makes us like believe that there's something bigger going on than what it is. So I think a lot of us just believe in conspiracy theories because just a little bit of evidence that we find on the internet, of course. And we just believe that there's something bigger going on. Like if there's a secret going on and it's just not random, maybe there's a deeper meaning to it, or maybe we're just missing something in our lives that we like to, try to fill it in. But I'm not gonna lie, I fall into it too. And what we call here is the rabbit hole. Now, I'm not super religious, but I do sometimes, I say, God bless you. And I do say, oh my God. You know what I mean? But I'm not super religious. I'm kind of like I don't want to get into that part of it. That's different, probably a different segment, but I am like kind of like a unofficial Christian atheist, And, but just to push that to the side, I also think, what if, you know what I'm saying? What if there's something more? And what if there's more? What if we don't know everything? So let's be real. Not everything is fake. Government has been hiding things before. Data has been collected. I think it was a Verizon thing happening. And there are things happening behind the scenes when it comes to like really powerful people. So does that automatically mean there's this giant master plan out there? So what do you guys think? I want you to really ponder that. But I also want to be clear too, like I'm not going into conspiracy theories that are gonna hurt people. Let me just like make that clear. Like I'm not also going to like real people, real tragedies that cause real pain. I'm not gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things like 9/11 and Sandy Hook and the shootings that happen in nightclubs and stuff like that because yeah, like those things like really like spread like wildfire and they definitely hit a different tone. So I'm not gonna do that. Just want to be absolutely clear. So with that being said, are conspiracies true? And why do we feel like something has to be going on? And why do we even feel comfortable that uncomfortable just thinking that like life is just not just that simple. Just things happen. There's a there's a cause, there's effect, there's an action, there's a consequence. Why can't we? So I'll kind of like go down this like little this scenario with you. Like just one day you're just scrolling one night and then you find like a picture about UFOs. And then you find out about the Navy pilot, and then you see interviews, and then you click another video, and then another video, and another video, and another video, and all of a sudden you're talking about Area 51, and then all of a sudden you're talking about Bigfoot, and all of a sudden you're talking about government secrets, and you're like, wait, they what are they really hiding? You know what I'm saying? And then you're going down this huge rabbit hole you didn't expect to go down. All you wanted to do was find out if there's aliens or not. And now you're talking about Area 51, Sasquatch, hiding government issues. Like that's how it all starts. And I just want to be very clear. Like you can be up all night looking for information that you're really looking for. And so that's the thing. If you're looking for that information, trust me, there's plenty of information out there that's going to feed your biased thoughts or feed the rabbit hole that you're trying to go down. Um, but Bigfoot, aliens, Loch Ness monster, all those things will get you caught up, staying up all night, just thinking, not even getting any sleep at all. Um, those connecting dots moments are definitely something that like gets you. And then that's the topic of conversation, then you start talking about it with your friends, and then here you go. But like I said, there are some truths to it. I did write down a couple of things. Like in 2020, I'll read it down here. The Pentagon officially released footage of Navy pilots movement they couldn't explain. In 2023, David Grush, I chopped that up. He testified in Congress claiming that he has not recovered has recovered a non-human craft, but has not been proven. So like those things happened. You know what I'm saying? Like Area 51, another thing about Area 51 that I wrote down in my notes. Like Area 51 was officially what was officially secret until 2013. And then 2019, this little, you know, everyone was gonna go. It's like a million people were gonna go to Area 51 and just demand to be open. But then we found out, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it was simply a place where they were testing unofficial military equipment that they just could not let the public see. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not as complicated as it would be. You know what I'm saying? Um Bigfoot and Sasquatch in 1967. The Patterson Gimlin film. I remember that moment. That was crazy. I went down a rabbit hole myself, and I just could not. But there was no real proof or real evidence. It was just, things that you just saw that you were just like, wow, is this real or not? And you just went down that rabbit hole. Um, go down one that's actually pretty hilarious. Flat Earth. What? There's overwhelming scientific evidence that the Earth is round. It's spherical. It's, you know, anyway. Um it's insane. You know what I'm saying? That one actually, but if you go down this rabbit hole, you definitely find that people would definitely try to convince you. Like my cousin JJ, and I hope he's hearing this too, because he said his flat, and he tried to convince me. I was like, bro, just stop. I didn't know you were that type of person. Like, we're still family, but you know what I mean? That conversation we're not talking about. But he believes it. And I'm like, why would you believe that? You go down a rabbit hole of what's true, what's not true, can be Photoshop, what's not, and what do you believe in? You know what I'm saying? You would definitely make yourself believe whatever you want, you know? And that's dangerous, honestly. It's powerful when you want to motivate yourself, but it's dangerous when it comes to that. So, but my main point is when you notice something and you try to start off with some type of truth, your mind's going to end up filling out the rest of it. And I think that's something that's very important. Um, Science, evidence, those things are very important to you know, formulate an actual conclusion, not things that other people have found that kind of like throws them, you know, feeds their ego, or feeds their whatever they want to feed in order to say this is real, because sometimes it's just not that. you know and it's very tricky. I'll make sure I think, what do we really believe in? How do we go down this rabbit hole? How do we stop going down this rabbit hole? Or if we go down the rabbit hole, it's just for fun. It's just for us to get into, like, wow, like this is interesting that someone would like make this up or make this into something that we would actually like have a conversation about, just to see where our minds go. Even when we speak on, if ghosts are real or the spiritual world or religion, those things are a little bit too touchy that I don't want to touch on, because I don't want to, you know go to, that part, it would be tough. But because I know this goes deeper, it will go deeper than that, and I know I'm gonna stir up the wrong crowd, saying, but why not? So we're talking about if religion is real or something. We'll talk about that at a later time. I'm not gonna dive deep into that. But I know that when you're not searching for truth, You're just searching for confirmation. And that is super powerful about anything that we ever try to find and anything we believe in. So I'll say that again. We're not searching for the truth anymore. We're just searching for confirmation. And if we can realize that, then we understand that rabbit hole is just an illusion. And sometimes I feel like people, they want to believe that their life is so much bigger than what it is. They want to make sure that there's a bigger purpose, that there's something out there that's just so, I mean, I'll go into my own personal thing in the next season when I get in touch in this, because I'll really dive deep into it. But I definitely want to make sure like if we're asking these questions, we're understanding that these questions are going to come with evidence that's going to, be for and against it. And you have to look at both sides, not just one side that's going to show you exactly what you need and confirm that what is true, but also the other side that says it's not true and why. And I think that's really powerful as well. So you can go down this rabbit hole as long as you know it's for fun, it's for conversational pieces that's very enjoyable, but it's not something that you should wrap your life around. So you know, I'll wrap that up with that. This is probably one of my shortest episodes, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I can't see the time because the lighting's kind of covering it. But I'll stop with that because I know I will go deeper into this conspiracy because I have so many conspiracy theories that I believe in. But I'm gonna wait for that next episode, in the next season, like the NFL being like, or any sports being rigged. Do I believe in ghosts? Do I believe in aliens? Do I believe in the Illuminati? Do I believe in the Malaysia flight? Do I believe in Loch Ness Monster? Those things like that. I would definitely mermaids. There was one more that I had in my head that I completely forgot about that I'm sure I'm going to pick up on next time. But those are the things that I really wanted to touch base on. So, what do you believe in? You know, what is something that has you in a chokehold? When you go down this rabbit hole, are you just looking for confirmation? Or are you actually looking for the truth? Anyway, that is my time. Thank you so much for guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, anything else. I'm gonna start. I have some things I want to give away. I have some prizes I would like to give away. So let's see if we can make this a little fun. If you guys comment below and you've listened to this whole entire episode, make sure you comment below and we'll put you into this drawing and stuff. I have a couple of things that I can give away that I normally buy for my kids, for my students, but I'm like, you know what? Why not just do this? You know what I'm saying? And make it fun, make it engaging. There's a reason why you're here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, thank you so much. This is Edwin's, this is Parada's Take, episode 3, Conspiracy Theories. Peace out. Capico.